Blake Lively threw her last Hail Mary pass and it did not land. And the judge is not corrupt, guys. We're safe. The judge is not corrupt because there was never a time to be corrupt. It was with this. Because them Taylor messages, ooh, baby, this is about to be juicy. The judge is denying Blake Lively's protective order to protect Taylor Swift's text messages. So the same messages Wayfair requested back in February, and Blake said she would provide them in March. But he also denied Wayfair's right to compel Blake to show the Taylor Swift text messages right now. Blake tried to get away with this by telling the judge that Wayfair and Brian Friedman were going around telling everybody and their mama that they subpoenaed Taylor Swift, but then they withdrew their subpoena because they claimed that they got everything they wanted. But again, I'll remind you guys, Brian Friedman never said that. She also argues that Wayfair probably never needed the text between her and Taylor, or they were just using it for PR. And Judge Lyman was like, you know what, there are cases where that could be, but he says in this case, this motion is legitimate, it's a legitimate litigation tactic and an attempt to maneuver in the broader court of public opinion. And I'm gonna allow it. You brought up Taylor first. He says the mere fact that the request has been discussed in the press does not render it illegitimate. Lively herself has identified Swift as someone likely to have knowledge about complaints or discussions regarding the working environment on the set of It Ends With Us. Which is why, again, I have pause. If you're Blake, you're saying you had text messages with Taylor about what happened to you, why the fuck are you trying to hide it? Show us. Show. Apparently it doesn't exist because, bitch, if it did, it doesn't matter that it's Taylor Swift. You would show us. It helps you, dummy. And Blake goes on to say how she doesn't trust the Wayfair parties to keep her stuff secret. And the judge is like, yeah, girl, if there's issue that the Wayfair parties may leak anything, leave that up to me. The protective orders are in place with the court, as in, you know, the attorney's eyes only, everything that I granted way back when. That is what that's for. So if you think they're gonna leak something, leave it up to me. I'll deal with that. Bitch, that's my job. Okay, and then he says some of the stuff you're saying the Wayfair party have said actually never came from the Wayfair parties. It's been attributed to them, but they all came from an anonymous insider. Prove it to me. Who said that? The fact that Wayfair dramatized it and put it all up in the press does not justify a fucking protective order. So pony that shit up. The reason he denied the Wayfair party's motion to compel so quickly is because, again, Blake Lively still does have that timeline of July 1st. Because in the beginning, Blake was like, I will give y'all whatever you want, except Taylor Swift messages. She also told them, if you agree to give me all the footage related to the film and the full unredacted versions of communications from the Wayfair parties, the amended complaint and everything, I will give you everything, but still not Taylor stuff though. And then the Wayfair parties were like, oh, fuck you and fuck that. We don't want it. So the judge is saying there's no reason for the court to order Lively to expedite anything for the Wayfair parties if they didn't accept her offer. And the Wayfair parties are also refusing to give shit up until that deadline also. So I'm not forcing anybody to give nothing up. This was actually one of the most perfect, fair judgments I've seen. And I've seen some posts talking about how the judge is corrupt for declining Wayfair's motion to compel. I don't think so. I think this is perfect. Everybody gets what they get. You don't get mad about it. And then when July 1st comes, play with me and let me see. Fucking play with me.